Special edition.
Yes, yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mack Flash Movie Trivia Championship Special Edition. Why is it a special edition? Because we're revisiting something. We recorded this matchup initially a few weeks ago between Andrew and Scott. And through some miscommunication and I think some downloading errors, we lost the episode. We lost the match, which is a bummer because it was a high stakes, high scoring,
High energy.
match.
High energy. Gone forever.
Owen and Coco Beware didn't have enough high energy.
It's hilarious.
Got to throw that wrestling in there.
That's right. So yeah, that's what happened. We had the match recorded, and it's supposed to premiere today. It's whatever day this is, and well, you're not going to get to see the initial match and reaction, but I wanted to apologize for that. Nobody's more upset about this than I am because I have to, control these kinds of things, and it's really bugging me. But today we're going to have Andrew and Scott have been awesome about it and have come back, and we're going to review and kind of recap what happened during that match. I've got all the questions still. I've got all of your round 2 and 3 picks marked off, so I know which questions to ask.
Perfect.
So we're going to kind of go through this again and see if you guys can remember the answers to these questions. It's not going to affect.
Oh, I don't have a board.
Well, yeah.
You don't
I
really
mean,
need
you
to.
don't really have to.
All right.
Are we doing it again?
Yeah.
Awesome. Low stakes, low bar.
Yeah. The pressure is off.
This is not going to affect the original score, which will be revealed later, and the win-loss record, which again will be revealed later, and the outcome of the championship. Now, going into this match, the win-loss record was AB 1-1, and Scott was 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
And we had decided that if Scott could go 3-0, he will have defeated all of the competitors on our very small roster, and he would win the championship. Did that happen? Wait and see.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. I'm not going to go through all of the glitz and glamour of the graphics and everything because
well, you got to put it up so that the people at home can know the categories, right?
Well, I have those marked off.
Okay.
And I'm able to read off what those categories are. But we'll start with round 1 as usual. 10 categories. You know what? I'm going to put up the rules because I read them as they're up there. The players will be asked 10 questions from different movie genres. They'll be given time to write down an answer to reveal when time is up. 1 point will be awarded for each correct answer. And we'll just move on at a far quicker pace, I think, this time around. Question number 1. In 80s movies, name the movie in which Eddie Murphy announces there's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Reggie Hammond.
Reggie Hammond. Yeah. We got that easy. I mean, if Eddie in the 80s would be pretty easy for the two of us. So we both got that with 48 Hours.
48 Hours is correct.
Yeah, Reggie Hammond's one of his most.
Okay, so do you want to give a couple seconds for people playing at home?
Yeah.
So I don't know, 5-10 seconds before.
Okay, and then we'll just
for people that are playing along.
Yeah, and then we'll just talk about our thought process of how we solved it.
Yeah.
I mean, cool.
Round 1, question number 2. 90s movies. In Hook, which Lost Boy surrenders leadership back to Peter Pan? I don't think Scott got this.
Yeah,
one.
I didn't get this one. I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm trying to put myself in the thought process of it. I've seen the movie once, maybe. I remember Hoffman. I remember he's on the plane. I remember Julia Roberts, and I remember the Lost Boys. And I know that as soon as you said this one, I was like, oh, that's I don't know if it's iconic, but it's
it's iconic.
Everyone knows Rufio, and as soon as you said it, I
Rufy.
was like, that's
Rufy.
right. I don't remember that, but I remember most of this movie.
Not only is it iconic, it is a name of a band because of that movie.
That makes sense.
Rufio, yeah.
Rufio is correct.
So I did not get that one.
Round 1, question number 3. In action adventure, what was the name of the sequel to Shanghai Noon?
You got yeah.
Yeah. You guys like Shanghai Noon and its sequel?
I saw half the sequel. I still like the first one's fine.
Yeah.
Shanghai Nights is fun, or Shanghai Noon is great. Shanghai Nights I saw half
The
of.
Nights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being the sequel.
I think I've seen them both once, and they're okay.
I saw Noon in high school or grade school. I think I was in grade 8, and we went for like a buddy's birthday, and it was just like the most fun I've had at like age 12.
I couldn't, to be honest, I can't even remember a single scene from it.
Yeah.
Offhand.
No, same.
Well, maybe those will be questions later. Deep dive into Shanghai Noon. The answer was Shanghai Nights. Round 1, question number 4. In animated or family films, in Beauty and the Beast, what is the name of Belle's father?
Oh, yeah. Did you get this one? I
No.
did. I don't think I got this one.
Well, I think we both said French names.
Yeah, for 100%.
Yeah, I mean like Jean Paul and Claude or whatever.
I said Pierre, I think.
Pierre, and I probably wrote like Jean Paul or something.
I still don't even know it.
You guys don't remember it now?
No.
Maurice.
Yeah.
Crazy
I
old
still don't know
Maurice.
Yeah.
Isn't that part of the Gaston song lyrics, Scott, that you have memorized?
Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Gaston, looking so down in the dumps. Every guy here wants it. Let me just sing the whole song. And I'll see. No, I don't know. There's no man in my half as mired as you. You're everyone's perfect guy.
Oh, that's amazing. Round 1, question number 5. In comedy films, who played Foxy Cleopatra in Austin Powers and Goldmember?
This is easy.
Yeah.
Not the best one of those movies.
No. And she is not that great in it. She looks great. She looks
unbelievable.
She's
looks
not a great
actress.
She
You'd
is
think
not
I
a
would
great
come
actress.
in, and I believe I wrote Queen Beyonce, but she's not a great actress.
No.
She's brutal
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
It's
And
fine that she's in it.
Here's the thing, though. I will give Beyonce I think she did a better performance than Heather Graham.
You don't like Heather Graham. though.
I don't think she's
Heather
not.
Graham was apex 99. Heather Graham was
Heather Graham is
She's
so
not the
apex
top of
good.
my hate list next to Amy Adams or anything. but Heather Graham gives off that American Bond girl vibe, which I don't like.
Oh,
in anything. She was like Tanya Roberts in her Bond movie. A little too annoying for me. Beyonce Knowles was the answer to that. Round 1, question number 6. Dramas. Name the 1976 movie in which Robert De Niro ad-libbed the speech, "You talking to me." He ad-libbed the "You talking to me" speech in that classic, which I saw for the first time a few years ago, and I was like, wow, this is Martin Scorsese's comic book movie that doesn't have a comic book.
Yeah.
Fun facts. We were literally, like, before we came on here, we were just talking about Blu-rays, and when Blu-rays came out, the very first Blu-ray that I ever owned was the answer, Taxi Driver. As the very I bought it at a yard sale. I bought it at a yard sale, and it was before I even owned a Blu-ray player.
I know.
I owned Taxi Driver on Blu-ray.
I'm trying to think when the first that was 100% when I did my Blockbuster rewatch, and I was going through the IMDb top 250, and I'm trying to think, but I remember vividly. And then Scorsese's cameo. I remember going online and like reading all about Scorsese's cameo as like the guy who's going to kill his wife and stuff. And I'm just like, this is unbelievable. What else does this guy do? And then I just felt, I remember that memory vividly of like discovering Scorsese when I was like 14.
And you were like, Kundun, that one's next. I like Kundun.
I don't dislike any of his movies.
Okay, round 1, question number 7, horror thriller. What is the name of the possessed 12-year-old girl in The Exorcist? I just watched this a few days ago.
Cool.
For the very first time?
No.
Okay.
Because it's Halloween time.
Oh, okay.
So it's an annual watch for me.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Weird.
I think the movie's great, and every time I watch it,
it's 100%.
I almost put it on my top 5 list. I don't watch it, but it's an awesome.
It's still one of the most terrifying movies ever. I watched it way too young, and I think I've watched it 3 times in my life, and I don't want to watch it. I don't. I'm good, man. Don't.
It's weird. I mean, I'm going to repeat myself when this comes up for like our top 5 horror movies because it's definitely one of them. The scariest parts of that movie are not her possessed, like in the bed or anything. It's at the hospital, that medieval hospital. It's terrifying. The answer was
Regan. Yeah. I might have slipped that in, spelled Reagan. Thank God.
No, it is spelled Reagan, but it's pronounced Regan.
Round 1, question number 8. In musicals, in which musical does a teacher named Anna head to Siam to tutor the ruler's children?
That's when I was like, when this one came up, because like normally when it's like musicals, it could be hit or miss for me, right? And as soon as you started with that question, I was like, oh, thank goodness.
So
It's one you've seen.
it was super obvious.
Is the answer, The King and I. Is Anna and the King and I the same thing?
They are, but The King and I is a musical. Anna and the King is the same story.
Okay,
no songs.
Yeah, interesting. Cool.
Yeah. Round 1, question number 9. Romantic comedies. In which city does the 2005 movie Fever Pitch take place?
I know. I knew
Another one. Romantic comedies. I was like,
yeah, that's what I kind of knew. It wasn't mine on musicals and romantic comedies. I kind of have an edge.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was worried
Fever
about.
Pitch is one of my I really wanted to make it that if we did movies we watch every spring, I guarantee you I'm the Cal Ripken of watching Fever Pitch every April. And I did not get an edge. Like right at this point, I'm one behind with Hook. And I didn't get an edge to catch up with the musical or the rom-com question. Because those were both. So that's where I kind of saw the writing on the wall, Sam Smith. It's Boston.
Yeah. Topical question, because we're on the day after the World Series win, the LA Dodgers. That's 2 championships for Los Angeles.
Yeah, I know.
16 days. 2 championships in 16 days.
And they both won in 88 and they both won in 2020.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Lakers went back to back, 87, 88 and 88, 89, right? Yeah, 86, 87, 87, 88. And then the Dodgers last one in 88 as well.
Crazy.
Round 1, question number 10. In sci-fi fantasy, in the never-ending story, what kind of creature is Falcor?
Yeah.
So Sean Loyce is not watching this. His baseball team is always the Twin City Falcors in fantasy baseball every year. And
That's a great type. That's a great name.
Because he's a Minnesota Twins fan too, so he's the Twin City Falcors. Couldn't care less. Didn't know. The picture's the flying dog, and I believe I wrote flying dog. I've never seen Never Ending Story.
Ooh. It's good.
And the answer, so this would have put me up too. This is Luck Dragon.
Luck Dragon. And that was the end of round number 1. I wasn't keeping track of the score there, but AB was certainly in the lead going into round number 2.
Probably 9-7.
Yeah, because we both got Maurice wrong.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and then, so 9-7.
So going into round number 2, AB would have had the first pick, because in round number 2, players will be asked 5 questions chosen from different movie categories, eliminating them from round 3. They'll be given time to write down an answer to reveal when time is up. Difficulty of the questions has increased. 2 points will be awarded for each correct answer. And I did keep track of what got picked in order. AB, you picked horror first.
Yeah.
As you tend to do.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2, question number 1, in horror thriller, where do David, Billy, and Brent get trapped in the movie The Mist?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I saw the headlights coming in this. I've never seen The Mist. The Mist, Tom Jane.
Oh yeah, man.
So I think
you really like The Mist, man. You should check that out.
Universally, if you go, it's always at the top of King adaptations. It's always like you Google.
Me and Matt were literally talking about this before we came on here.
So I've seen the ending and I know the gist of it, but I didn't know that they got trapped. I think I wrote basement, which is such a fucking stupid answer. Sorry, which is a stupid answer. And the answer was supermarket.
Yeah.
Grocery store. Yeah.
Grocery store, supermarket.
It's on a list. Of the top most depressing endings to a movie.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love that ending. I was literally talking about how much I love that ending, and if they hadn't done that ending, because people were like, "Oh, it would have been so much better with another ending." I'm like, without that ending, that movie is half as good. without that ending.
Yeah,
That ending is
I knew
perfect.
about that. So what year did that movie come out? Like 07? I probably 08 or 9 heard about the missed ending and then like YouTubed it or whatever at the time.
Oh,
And then I remember being like, oh, this is unbelievable.
yeah.
And I haven't seen anything but the ending, and you can still get the weight of the ending. Like
Yeah.
Tom Jane's unbelievable in that scene.
He's crazy good in it. He's crazy good. I love Tom Jane, man. I think he's a great actor.
I remember there was a hot minute. I was like, Tom Jane should be a megastar.
Did you know that he doesn't wear shoes anywhere?
Yeah, that's exactly. I swear to God. I think we
It's
talked about
so-
that when we saw Predator.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. He's a weird dude.
He's
You know he's married to Patricia Arquette?
Yep.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just found that out. I did
Lucky dog.
I did a deep dive of Ed Wood, and when she pops up, I was like, she was married to Nicolas Cage and then Tom Jane. That's
Apparently, she likes
unbelievable.
weirdo, like
That's
psychotic.
unbelievable.
It's
Jesus.
interesting because I did a small deep dive on Patricia Arquette after I saw Boyhood, because that movie's filmed over like 12 years.
Yeah.
So I think she was on, what was her show she was on?
Oh, Damages?
No.
It's
She was a psychic.
Isn't it called Psych?
No, that's
No.
with Dule Hill. Medium?
Medium, I think.
Medium.
Yeah.
Medium.
So she was doing that show.
Who's in Damages? Glenn Close.
Yeah.
That's
She
it.
was doing Medium.
What was Keir
when-
Sedgwick's show? I don't mean to get
The
off
Closer.
topic. Yeah,
Was it
there was all
Closer?
those weird TNT shows.
Yeah. So she was doing she was doing Medium, married Thomas Jane, had a baby, divorced Thomas Jane, and continued her life all while they were filming Boyhood in that 12-year span. Round 2, question number 2. Scott got the second pick, and he picked 90s movies. Name the 1997 satire about a scheme to cover up a presidential scandal by producing a fake war.
Mm-hmm. I knew I was going to get traction. I would have known this. I just rewatched it again, like in May. It was on my quarantine watch list, but I knew I was going to catch up because I need to make up points that he's not going to get. We both got it. Ruwitz, Wag the dog.
Wag the dog.
Wag the dog. And interesting right now, because we're filming this before the election, but will air after, a few days after.
Me and Mike
Who
saw
gets
that
the
in
second
theater.
term in this?
Oh.
Who gets it? Does he get a second term, or do we get a 46th?
You know what?
Oh.
If he loses, I don't think he's going away. He's probably going to come back and try for a second term anyway.
No, I think he's going to.
It'll be held up, I'm sure.
It'll be held up, and I think he's going to put it to court.
And contested.
Yeah. It's going to be such nonsense. I read going out things.
He won, and we're predicting the wrong future.
Yeah. I read today that one of the things that they've listed in I read in Forbes today that one of the things listed in the accomplishment of the Trump administration is the end of the pandemic. They listed that.
I swear to God, I saw that this morning at the gym. So at the gym when they had the TVs on.
I'm like, what?
They listed ending a pandemic,
Yeah.
and they're
That apparently it's done. All those people that are sick are not really sick, I guess. Oh my gosh. What a weird world we live in.
Moving on, AB picked 80s movies for the third question in round number 2. What 80s movie features welding, dancing, and a pit bull terrier named Grunt?
Yeah. And I almost put the wrong answer.
Really?
Oh.
What'd you almost put?
I almost put Footloose, and then I'm like, oh, I just watched Footloose. It's not Footloose. It's
wish
the
you
other dance movie.
We both got this Flashdance, but
Flashdance.
I don't know if I've seen that movie beginning to end. And I just knew that it's welding, and obviously the very famous, you see like the sparks and all that and everything. So I think luckily knew that.
And then the place is set on fire, and she has to douse it with a bucket of water or something.
Yeah.
I'm a maniac, man. Tommy boy.
Yeah.
Okay. From there, it went to question number 4. Was action adventure. The Cooler King and Big X are characters from which movie?
Yeah, we both got this
You
wrong.
both got this one wrong. That's right.
And I know the answer. I know the answer now because I'll never forget it.
I know the answer now too.
No. But like as soon as you said it, I was like, "Holy crap! How did I not think of the Cooler King?" So stupid.
The answer being
What?
The Great Escape.
Great Escape.
What did you
Yeah.
write? Did you write The Longest Yard or something?
No. What did I write?
You wrote something.
Oh, I think I
that
write
was-
Con Air or something.
Con Air was a
Yes.
great
Yes, you did.
guess.
Because that's
Yeah.
a movie full of nicknames for sure.
Yeah,
As soon as you said
yeah.
that, I was like, oh.
Yeah. But man, as soon as you said that, I'm like, freaking Cooler King. Like, come on. That was dumb. Oh, well.
The final question in round number 2 was in sci-fi fantasy movies. In Contact, Ellie's coworker Kent lives with what physical disability?
Okay, if I may. I nailed this. I've never seen Contact, and I got this, and I nailed it. And I said he's blind.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can see the scene where he can't. I'm again 100% guessing. I'm like, I can see the scene where he like hears the aliens talking or like overhears, and it like heightens his senses because he can't see them, and he'll be the one that'll crack the code. Was I right? Does that happen in the film?
No.
No. Does he hear them? What does it do?
He works, it's a radio telescope, so he works in the office there. So obviously his hearing is, fully capable, and he excel in that area. But no, that's not exactly what happens. She finds the signal and records it, and he's very good at listening, and he discovers a hidden message inside the signal just by listening.
What did I just say? He cracks this code.
Well, yeah,
by
there's a
listening.
much bigger code in that.
Yeah. Still, I think for a guy who's not seen a 25-year-old Jodie Foster film, I think I did pretty good.
And after that,
So we got that one.
that was the end of round number 2, and AB was still in the lead.
So we'd be in the lead by 4 now because I didn't make up any ground, and I got the one question wrong.
And so with round number 3, players will be asked 3 questions chosen from 5 remaining movie categories. They will be given time to write down an answer. To reveal when time is up, difficulty of the questions has again increased, and 3 points will be awarded for each correct answer. The player with the highest score at the end of the round will be the winner. AB got the first pick. He picked comedies, and the question was, in what controversial comedy does college student Mark Watson get an afro perm and swallow suntan pills in order to receive a college scholarship?
It's man, and so I was telling Matt before he got on here. Something I didn't say during the episode was it was right when we were filming the school episode for Mack Flash 5, and I was listening to a bunch of podcasts about 80s school movies, and it actually somebody mentioned it, so it was right on my brain around the time, and I would like remember thinking even back then, like, what a terrible idea for a movie it was back in the 80s when everything was like permissible, and like now it is like it is so bad. It looks so bad, like especially when you see pictures of it. It's terrible.
And the movie was
Soul Man.
And
oh man, you see pictures of C. Thomas Howell, and it's like, wow, who thought that this was a good idea in the 80s? Even in the 80s, it's bad. It is a bad movie.
And with that, AB pulled ahead, and Scott couldn't make the ground because there's only 3 questions left. 3 points. He was down by 7 at that point.
At that time, yeah. So I still hadn't even heard of that film. So that was it. Yeah.
and the thing is, you never will, because it'll never see the light of day. We're actually looking on Amazon to see if we can see if we can find a copy of it, and you can only buy it from like third
on DVD. You can buy it, but you're buying it from a third party,
and it's used, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Definitely out of circulation.
So AB won the match. The score was 20-13, I believe. He increases his win-loss to 2-1. Scott decreases or ties that with 2-1 as well. And if you watched last week's episode, Mike also moved up to 2-1. So our championship match is going to be a triple threat match. AB, Scott, Mike, going head to head to head, competitive movie trivia. Is the dream come true for me? I cannot wait to see this.
It's kind of fun.
It's gonna be fun. I
Flickers
actually,
explode.
yeah. I mean, it's like honestly, it's like it almost seems perfect. Then worked out that way.
No offense to Jay,
Yeah.
a very competent competitor.
Yes.
He'll be back next season for sure.
Yes.
And he will get a win one day. I'm sure of it. So I guess that's going to be the end of this. I want to thank you guys for coming back to do this. This has been actually far more fun than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I got
shoot
you.
the stuff.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, thanks again. I also want to thank Francois for being understanding. He said, I told him I'll have a replacement show. He said, great. This is it. I don't think we've really lost anything. It's just as entertaining as ever.
So entertaining.
And like in every other episode, I'm going to ask everybody to like, share, and subscribe this one. And make sure you put your score down in the comments. We want to know how well you did against these guys. Did you get everything right? Did you guys know?
Did you guys all know Soul Man? Do you guys own Soul Man?
Can we borrow a copy?
Can we borrow Soul Man?
Did you know Maurice? Do you know Maurice?
Did you know Luck Dragon? Did you know Rufio? What was one you got wrong, AB? Did you know The Great Escape?
Oh, stop. It's just a dagger. No, it's just a dagger in there. I'm like, dang it. Come on. All right.
Well, if you did or you didn't, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to read them.
Yeah.
If anybody ever posted one. But seriously, thank you for watching. Tune in next time. We're going to have our championship match. Go to Mack Flash on Facebook and Patreon, or join the Patreon. Visit Mack Flash on Facebook and Instagram to find out when we will be airing our championship match. We're hoping it's going to be a live episode. Stay tuned for that. Thank you again for watching. Here's the outro.